His original name is Gautama Siddhartha. Buddha was born in the northern region of Nepal over 2,600 years ago. Gautama Siddhartha was born in the Sakyan state, the state whose capital was Kapilavatthu, on the northern Gangetic plain just below the Himalayan foothills, in the region of the current Indian border with Nepal. At the time of his conception, his mother dreamed of an auspicious white elephant entering her right side. When time was approaching, while traveling to her relatives, she gave birth in the Lumbini Grove, while standing with her upstretched right hand on the branch of a tree. The newborn child miraculously stood up, strode 7 paces, and declaring that was his last birth, said he was destined for awakening. A few days later, a sitter, an aged sage, examined the marks on the infant, and prophesied that he chose to leave his father's palace and become a shaman's, or a Kakavati, a monarch ruling the whole of the No world. Just days after, Siddhartha's mother died, so that her sister Mahaprajapati Gautama brought him up, as his stepmother. When he came of age, his father, desiring to see his son become a great monarch, tried to prevent him from leaving the palace and becoming a samana. He tied him down with sensual pleasures by constructing 3 palaces for him to live in luxury in the 3 seasons, by providing him with dancing girls and every delight a young man could desire, and by arranging his marriage to Princess Yasodhara. In due course, Yasodhara bore him a son, who was given the name Rahula. In his 20s, he started to reflect on some of the stark truths of life. One day he went out for a chariot ride, which allowed him to see an aged man for the first time in his life. Shocked by the unanticipated scene, he asked his charioteer about old age, and came to know that it is the destiny of all humans. On a second occasion, he saw a diseased man for the first time. He considered that people are foolish to thoughtlessly enjoy themselves under the constant threat of disease. On a third trip, he saw his first corpse. Dismayed, he marveled that people could forget the fear of death and live heedlessly. On a fourth occasion, he saw a calm, wandering samana, and made up his mind to leave the home life and follow the lifestyle of this kind of renunciation religious seeker. In the depth of night, Gautama took a last look at his wife and newborn child. He mounted his horse together with his charioteer, and rode out of the sleeping city. He removed his royal clothes and ornaments and arranged them to take back to his father. He cut off his hair and wore simple ascetic clothes. This was the great renunciation that took place when Gautama was 29 years old. In his search for peace, Gautama went first to Alara Kalama. The latter taught him the way to attain the meditative state of nothingness, a formless state that transcended any sensory or material from. Gautama practiced the method and quickly attained its goal. Kalama offered to set him up as his equal and co-teacher. However, Gautama knew that the attained state was conditioned and limited, and led only to a refined rebirth, not escape from all rebirths. He turned down the offer and went away. He went to Udaku Ramaputta, son of Rama, who taught him the way to attain the even subtler meditative state of neither perception nor non-perception. He mastered his teaching and attained its goal. At the end, he was acclaimed even Ramaputta's teacher. However, he found that this attainment also did not reach to what he was seeking, the deathless nirvana beyond all rebirths, and so he left Ramaputta. The Gautama went eastward to Uruvela near Gaya, and found a pleasant spot suitable for striving. Having tried the above mystical body-transcending states, he now tried another of the available methods of spiritual striving, mortification of the body and its desires. He held his breath for long periods, fasted, and came as close as he could to eating nothing at all. He became utterly emaciated. Seeing his incomparable striving, he was joined by 5 ascetics. He continued in this painful, rough course for 6 long years, in time seeing that this practice led him nowhere. He then wondered if there was another way. At this point, he recollected an incident in his youth. When seated under a shading tree while his father was ploughing, his mind reached a joyful and calm meditative absorption known as the first jhana. This recollection pointed him to a fruitful method. However, Gautama's body was too weak to practice and gain such a blissful experience, so he started taking solid food. Seeing him giving up his hard practice, the 5 ascetics left him in disgust. Sujata, a woman who had vowed to make a yearly offering to the deity of this tree if she bore a son, having had her wish fulfilled, prepared as offering a fine bowl of rice and milk. Her maid came upon Gautama, sitting under the tree, and mistook him for the tree spirit. She reported the apparition to her mistress, Sujata, who rushed to the place and presented Gautama with the food. After taking the meal, Gautama sat under a tree which became known as the Bodhi tree, awakening tree, in Gaya, facing east. He resolved not to arise until he attained awakening. Mara, the deadly, a misguided deity intent on keeping beings within the round of rebirth and re-death, was alarmed at the prospect of Gautama's victory, that is, his escape from the realm of death. Mara came to assail him with an army of fearful demons. Gautama was protected by his accumulated good qualities and his love for living beings. After failing to shake him, the hosts of demons fled in defeat. Then Mara, having failed with intimidation and compulsion, turned to temptation. He sent his 3 daughters, Desire, Delight and Discontent, to seduce Gautama, but he remained as impervious to lust as he had to fear. Mara and his hosts then gave up and withdrew. Later that full moon night, Gautama attained the first jhana again, and then 3 further jhanas, till he was in a state of profound equanimity, mindfulness, and mental alertness. From this, he then attained to 3 higher knowledges. During the first watch of the night, evening, he acquired the first of these, remembering a countless number of his past lives. During the second watch, the hours around midnight, he acquired the divine eye, with which he surveyed the dying of other living beings, and how the nature of their rebirths depended on the moral quality of their karma, or intentional actions. During the third watch, late night, he acquired the third knowledge, that of the extinction of deep-rooted intoxicating inclinations. He perceived the 4 truths of the noble ones, directly seeing that which is dukkha, painful and unsatisfactory, that which causes this, that which is its cessation, nirvana, and that which is the path leading to its cessation. His mind was free from intoxicating inclinations. The new day dawned on Gautama, now a Buddha. After attaining awakening, Gautama remained at the foot of the Bodhi tree for 7 days, contemplating dependent arising the central principle of his teaching. Seeing the profundity of the reality that he had realized, and seeing that people were so engrossed in attachment, he was hesitant about teaching what he had found. But Sahampati, a compassionate great Brahma deity, saw his hesitation and rushed to him to plead that he should teach others. Seeing that some would understand his message, the Buddha decided to teach. He walked many miles to find the 5 former companions that he had practiced asceticism with, in Varanasi. With a discourse to them, the Buddha set the wheel of the Dharma rolling, inaugurating the influence of his teachings. At the age of 80, his lifespan came to end, and he breathed his last, ending his teaching life. Since his awakening and experience of nirvana, he was without that which could lead to any rebirth.